What's going on, guys? Back again with another video. Today, not so good news. Last week took the Miata out for a quick test drive, make sure that we got the fenders rolled properly, make sure we aren't rubbing. Just driving around town, cleaning up the tune a little bit. Everything's going good for about 20-30 minutes. Did a quick pull. All of a sudden my brakes failed. Stuff happens, and the Miata's dead now. So this is the net result afterwards. Ended up plowing a curb right here and smashing in the whole underside of the car. So my chassis is totaled. So basically the question is what do I do next? I don't want to quit cars at all by any means. I love cars. They're too much fun. So I want to pursue drifting. I haven't been shy about that. I want to get into it more. Miatas are not supposedly the greatest cars for drifting, so I think what I'm gonna do, and I've been talking about this for a second, and maybe you guys can give me some input. I'm thinking about trying to salvage this motor, because the motor still works, and the drivetrain still works. It's basically all cosmetic and suspension related that got damaged. So basically what I'm thinking is save the motor and potentially do a Miata swapped RX-7. It would already make more power out of the box than a NA model or whatever. I can find chassis just as cheap as Miatas, which is great. They're slightly bigger, which is another bonus, and parts are once again pretty cheap for them with the exception of their motors. Because as everybody knows, 13Bs are just expensive, which makes them super impractical for drifting, for motorsports, especially if you don't have the budget for the parts. And I don't really have the budget for a 13B at this point in my life, as much as I would love to have a budget for that. I just don't. So probably going to pursue doing a motor swap with this into a RX-7. I've been looking into it. It doesn't seem like it will actually be that big of a headache. The only part that I think I need to work on figuring out is a custom motor mount and transmission mount, which not really a big deal. Because we can adapt a turbo 2 trans onto this motor and it will bolt straight in on the transmission side to the RX-7, and then we can just build motor mounts off that. So not a huge deal. Yeah, so anyway, my plans for this car is probably basically just a full part out, keep my seat, steering wheel, harnesses, the motor, and maybe my gauges and my ECU and wiring, and transpose them into a new chassis. So at least that's the game plan for the moment, and I'm gonna go ahead and start tearing into the car today. Dalton's supposed to come over and help me out later. We're gonna go to his place, grab a engine hoist, because he has one, I don't. We're gonna grab his engine hoist and get the motor out of here. I don't think it'll take that long, to be honest. I could probably have it out in a couple hours if I'm really hustling on it. So that's kind of the unfortunate news for the moment. So right now I'm without this car, and I'm kind of in limbo with my other cars. So I'm gonna just start trying to sell off stuff so I can start collecting money to buy the next one and just start moving forward. That's all we can do. So I'm sorry to give you guys this update. I don't know if, I don't know. I don't know how long this project is going to take. The other thing I really wanted to do was take the time, redo all the wiring and everything like that. So I think that this will give me a really good opportunity to go through and really nitpick a car from the ground up. And that's what I always want to do. And the other thing I really hated about this car is it was kind of always halfway a race car, halfway a street car, and it kind of just failed at doing both well. It was too loud to really drive on the street. It took, forever to get it running it to operating temperatures, and then it just wasn't fun. So I think the next build is just going to be full track, full send. I've got a trailer now, which is a new update. I actually did get a trailer conveniently before the car got wrecked. So I do have a trailer now. Need a truck still, but one step at a time. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start tearing apart the underside and get the drive shaft out and the power plant frame out, and then go ahead and start working up top and start pulling out what I can from the engine. So that's where we're gonna start. I'm probably not gonna film underneath the car because it's a hot mess, and we'll pick it up probably when I'm done underneath. So see you in a bit. Alexa, pause. Okay, so quick update for you guys. Got the illustrious, terrible looking exhaust out, but it's out. Went ahead, had to cut the hangers on that. Just the way that they were designed, it was not conducive to actually pulling them out. Got the center of my butterfly brace out. So if you guys didn't know, I have from Flying Miata their butterfly brace underneath this car. It still actually looks like it's pretty intact, so I'm not actually too worried about that, which is kind of cool. But I got the center section out of it, so now I can go ahead and disconnect the PPF and the drive shaft, and then the motor is disconnected from underneath the car. Then the rest of it is just up top to get the motor out. Well, obviously with the exception of pulling out the motor mount bolts. But anyway, that's where we're sitting. The motor is not ready yet. Oh, to explain it to you guys, if you guys are curious as to what a PPF is, on the Miata, there's actually a brace that goes from the front of the differential to the rear end of the drive shafts. And I believe Greg from the Car Passion channel has a really good video showing how to remove it, which it's pretty straightforward to remove it, but yeah, he's got one. I would check it out highly. Super good content. He makes a lot of really great Miata stuff if you really want to know how to do that specific job. But in the means of my time, I'm just going to go ahead and pull it out and not worry about filming underneath the car, because it's really hard to film underneath the car and be quick about what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to get the motor out before my wife gets off work today. So that's my goal. So check back in with you once I have the drive shaft disconnected and the PPF out. Peace. Okay guys, made it out to Dalton's house. He picked me up. We migrated. I forgot to update you guys that we were coming out here. Reason we're out here is because he has a handy dandy lift, so we can pull the motor out, because that's the major goal for the day. So we're gonna come out. Oh, and we can check out his car too. So this is perfect. We can do a quick update. We got his 350 Zed back here, as the Canadians say it, because we're so close to the border. So the one really cool thing, pretty certain, oh yeah, he's got it. He's got this bad boy, and it's all mounted in. Oh, we can't even see. Where's the lights? We gotta turn on the lights. Donde estas lights? There we go, lights. Aha, we got lights. So he's got this bad boy all mounted up. So 6-liter LS, 350Z, CD009 trans, all mounted up in there. He just needs custom drive shaft, hook up all the lines, and yeah, all the rest of the work that needs to be done. But what we really came for was this bad boy, because I need a motor hoist. So I'm gonna start digging this thing out, and we'll pull it to the front of the garage so we can get it loaded up.
A reminder, a little bit better character.
Okay guys, I have no idea what all Dalton's updated you guys on up top, but here's where we are. Okay, as I was saying before my battery so rudely interrupted me and died, I don't know what all has been filmed up top because I have been underneath the vehicle mostly, but here's our quick update. We got the radiator out with the help of Dalton. He also helped out and removed all of the wiring for me, disconnected the vacuum lines. He did stuff is what he's saying. Just pulled out the big old front sway bar. Oh, we're just peeing all over the floor here. We'll just do that. Okay.
God, isn't it? Goddamn.
Let's see here. Intercooler's all disconnected. Water system is disconnected. The slave cylinder's disconnected. Drive shaft's out. Basically, I think the last couple things to do is hook this thing up to the crane and pull the engine mounting bolts out. Before we start that, gonna go ahead and take 2 seconds to clean up some of the mess from disassembling all this junk, just to get this mess under control a little bit better. Because okay, guys, so big update. Motor is out. I've surprisingly actually never pulled this motor out. I don't know if you. We're being dinguses here. Okay, this is kind of a cool sight. This is kind of a cool sight. That's a rat's nest. So that was like hiding underneath my intake manifold, if you were wondering. Yeah, so now that the motor's out, just gotta set it down, set it off to the side. I'll probably separate it and sell off the transmission because it's no longer needed, and pull the rest of the drivetrain out and sell it off and see what we can get for it so we can buy something else to, something else to replace this thing with and move on, because that's all we can do. I don't really know where I'm going with this video, to be totally honest. Because, like, usually I have, like, a project goal in mind, which really, like, the goal is to tear down the whole car.
This is rip everything out and pretend like it doesn't hurt your feelings.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. But yeah, so it's like, I don't really have a goal, because it's like I just keep pulling parts off this thing, and then what? So, anyway, I guess we're just going to keep going forward with this, and, I don't know. It's all good. It's all good. We'll check back in a little bit. Okay, guys, let's see here. We got our wonderful motor out, transmission detached. Thanks to this guy, he helped all of it.
All of it.
We'll check out his Instagram. It's right here. Or if you want to plug it, do you want to say anything?
Adult Hole Pro. Hashtag.
Go follow it.
Go follow me. I do car stuff too.
He does car stuff too. We showed you his Z earlier. I did actually plug it on the camera for you. You're welcome. Yep. Anyway, this is probably going to end the video, guys. I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Remember to like, comment, subscribe.